One of the amazing ladies in my group coaching program shared something last night that I thought you guys would find to be an inspirational breath of fresh air to hear. So she is a part of an online fitness group, and somebody in the group asked people to share their transformation stories. So she said, as I'm sure many of you guys can imagine where this is going, so many women said things like, I'm down 60 pounds since May. I've been cutting all carbs, cutting all alcohol, doing 16-hour intermittent fasts. And while sure, that might absolutely give you some quick weight loss, I feel like when most women see that, they're left thinking something like, I can't do that. That is just not sustainable for me, which ultimately ends up creating a belief system like, I'm not good enough. I'll never feel good in my body. What's wrong with me? Clearly, I don't want it bad enough. I'll never be happy. You know, that whole spiral, right? So my client saw that and recognized where other women would spiral from reading those posts because she's been there herself. And she was really excited that she got the chance to talk a little bit about her intuitive eating style approach. She said that she shared that she's down a lot of weight. I'm not going to share specifics. I don't want anyone to get triggered. Since April, by practicing intuitive eating and intuitive exercise. Now, let me clarify. Intuitive eating is not a diet. It is not a weight loss approach. It is actually kind of the opposite of that. So if you're not familiar with the intuitive eating approach, essentially when it comes to what, when, and how much you eat, you're making educated choices by listening to and trusting your unique body's cues and signals rather than going by external rules or external shoulds, like traditional dieting or calorie counting or clean eating or eat this, not eat that type rules. So you're basically swapping out diets and restriction around food. There's literally no food or quantities of food that are off limits for a healthier, peaceful relationship with food in your body. And I know that hearing that sounds a little counterintuitive. It's like, well, if I don't control myself, then how can I be at peace with food? Like controlling, I know what to do. I have this sense of control. Like that is what is going to help me be at peace. And it's actually kind of the opposite of that, which I can't get into a ton right now, but hopefully later on I will do that. So with this approach, you're basically letting your body do and guide you to what is best for your body. So sometimes if your body weight is higher than where it naturally wants to be, weight loss can come as a side effect, like it did for this client, for example. But since it got there the natural way, that's where it tends to stay rather than that roller coaster of losing and gaining the same weight over and over by relying on willpower and self-control, like many women tend to struggle with, like I tended to struggle with for a bit. And I will likely do a little mini series about intuitive eating so you can learn a little bit more about that soon. But anyway, I just wanted to share that with you. I wanted you to see that there is another roadmap. There is another approach that doesn't involve restricting yourself from foods you love, feeling out of control when you do finally eat them, or feeling guilty about it, or using body hate and body criticism as motivation. You actually scientifically have a better chance of becoming your happiest and healthiest you using the intuitive eating approach rather than restrictive programs. So if you're listening to this and you're thinking, oh my gosh, yes, I want that now, PM me and we'll set up a free mini session to see if we'd be a good fit.